Hello everyone, welcome back. Now let's understand file structure of our Angular application. Now it will look like a node module, then src folder. In src we have app folder, then assets folder, environment folder. Let's understand with our already created application. Now this application we have created in our Angular CLI command lecture. So here we have src folder. This node module folder is there. It will download all the dependency related file and folder. We will delete this folder whenever we move our application or whenever we send our application to other person or other machine. So this is the dependency related folder. That's why you can see the color of this folder is different than other. Then src folder, this is our main folder, in which folder we will create our all the component and module and all. Like in src we have app folder. In app folder we will create all our module, component, services and all. Another is a assets folder. Like we will add our all the images, icon, every static resource we will add in this folder. Next one is a environments folder. Let's say we have two environment. One is a testing environment, another is a prod environment. Let's say third environment is a development environment. For server we have all the different URL, like for the API. And if you want like let's say server URL for development is a dev.server, then we will add in a environment.ts file. And if we have prod.server.com for the prod, then we will add this in a prod file. That means like it's environment.ts is a development file. This all the configuration or environment related properties, and environment.prod.ts is a prod related properties. So that we will understand in our module lecture deeply. Then this is the icon, then index.html, our main HTML page. Main.ts, it's a configuration file for our Angular. Mainly it will hold our startup page or startup file related configuration. Another is a style.css. It will global CSS file for our application. This is a test.ts. It will hold test related configuration. So this is not much important. Important is like as of now for us important is the environment file, index file, main file, style file, and another is a package.json. This package.json will hold all the information related to our dependency, like which dependency is there, with which version is there. Like this is a dependency which by default uh, created with a Angular application. Whenever we create a new application, then see dependency name, it's a version name. This is the development dependency and all. Then package log.json, it will hold same as dependency, like same as a package.json file. But whenever we install our new dependency, or let's say let's say if we delete our node module folder and we run npm install, that time it will update this file with a version which actually npm has downloaded from the dependency server. Another is angular.json. It will hold our application related configuration. It has our icon file name, which is assets folder name, and which will be our global style file that will hold in a styles file like src.styles.css. Then configuration for our environment file. Then another is a ts file, ts config file. This is a TypeScript configuration file. That's all file which is important. Now let's understand what is the execution flow of Angular application. Starting with our angular.json configuration file, it has our startup configuration file URL. Like for main, like let's say we have a build, and in a build we have main property. In main property we will mention which is our startup configuration file. So here let's mention main.ts, And what is our index file? Index file is a index.html. So whenever we run application start with a index.html. And for component and all the related startup configuration, it will look in main.ts file. Let's explore main.ts file. Like in main.ts file, like in which module they first look, like which component they load first and everything. So here we will mention module. So in our bootstrap module, mention app module. It will by defaultly app module. We can change based on our requirement, but as of now, let's say it's a by default created project. So here all the property and everything is a by default there whenever we create a new project with ng new. So here the default module is a app module. Let's understand app module. In app module, which component they load first, then look into bootstrap property. In bootstrap property, we have app component. So basically, the flow is our index file is index.html, and in our index.html, first component they load is app component. Let's look into app component, like app component, and in app component HTML, we have all the design here. This is a CSS, and all after the CSS, here our welcome text is there, then all the design is there. Let's look in a browser. For the run application, we will use ng serve, okay, in a terminal. Now it will take some time. Now our application is up and running, and here it's a mention that application run on localhost 4200. Let's open our application. We can change this port 4200 with configuration. This is our first page which is loaded by Angular application, and here we can see here is a welcome. Let's confirm this page is a firstly loaded. Let's change welcome to code console log. Now by saving, it will automatically refresh our browser. Now here you can see that. So basically it will first start our HTML page. Let's say this is the HTML page. The title is a hello world, which is our application name. We can check this is the hello world title. Okay, let's check this is the file is loaded or not. Hello, this is index.html, and once we save, then it automatically refresh our browser. Now you can see here we have hello, this is index.html. So basically it will start with our index page, and that index page configuration is mentioned in angular.json. Okay, where is our angular.json? Yeah, here our angular.json. And in angular.json we have our startup configuration file name, and it's a main.ts. We can change that file, but let's check main.ts. In main.ts we have our default module, and it's a app module. And in app module we have our default component which will firstly load is a app component. So here is an app component, and in app component we have HTML file and all the design is there. So we will understand why this for file for component and why this module.ts is there. We'll understand in our next lecture. Like in a component lecture, we will understand all this file related definition and what is the use of this file and everything. In a module, we will understand that these two file, and in a service, we will explore our environment related file and all. Yeah, that's all for file application structure and all execution flow. Now, thank you. See you in the next lecture.